turn it on. We have a lot of buzz and excitement today. Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday morning worship of the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Richmond. Whether you are here with us in person or joining us online, we are happy you have chosen to join us. My name is Frank Corsaro, and I serve on your board of directors. I'm a medium height, medium complexion male with thinning gray hair and a gray goatee. I'm wearing glasses, a light blue shirt, and a brown jacket. I use he, him pronouns. A lot of us are here today, myself included, because Sunday is a great day to be a Unitarian Universalist. We come together in community and commitment and compassion, to sing and to laugh and to engage. But our values and principles call us to do more and be more. We are called to be a sanctuary or safe harbor for those threatened by the sometimes scary and uncaring world. We are called to embrace with loving and caring and open arms all who pass through our doors, and sometimes our open roof. All are welcome to come in. A lot of us are here today, especially me, to share in the First UU tradition, Thanksgiving potluck dinner. And my, oh my, what a feast our decorating team and kitchen team and other volunteers have prepared for us. I encourage one and all to gather in the President's Hall following the service, and in the true spirit of this special holiday, give thanks to our fellow congregants for their ministries. I'll close with words by Mary Oliver. Sometimes I only need to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Welcome to First UU.
Good morning. My name is Suzanne Short. I live up to my last name of being short in stature. I have curly blonde hair. I'm wearing black rimmed glasses and a sweater that is very warm up here. That is I'd say caramel colored brown. I am here this morning representing First UU's 2024 Mitten Tree Coordinator. First UU's Mitten Tree project has a long tradition of supporting those in need during the holiday season in our greater Richmond community. This year we'll be providing gifts for the residents living at Caritas. The name Caritas comes from the Latin word meaning love and compassion, something this congregation has in abundance. The organization's holiday giveaway will provide participants with gifts donated by the community. This year, we have added a second tree with mittens for the Caritas Family Gift Workshop. These gifts will give participants an opportunity to shop for their loved ones. Last year, this congregation provided 138 gifts. Please help us reach our commitment of providing 170 gifts this holiday season. We did such a good job last year, I figured we could do more this year. As of today, we are almost halfway to our goal with 91 mittens left. Helping is easy. Today and December 1st, stop by the Mitten Tree table just outside the Great Hall doors. Choose as many mittens as you would like, register the number listed on the mittens, take a copy of the instructions, have fun shopping. If you don't like to shop, you can also contribute dollars and I will do the shopping for you. Return the gifts no later than Sunday, December 8th. If you are unable to be with us in person or you are unable to get out and shop but would like to support the Mitten Tree, cash donations may be made at the Mitten Tree table or through the First UU donation page, and it would be under general fund. You just need to put in the comments that indicate that it's for the 2024 Mitten Tree. And then I'll take those dollars and shop as well. Thank you for making caring visible in our greater Richmond community.
Good morning. I am the Reverend Sherman D. Logan, Jr., and I have the honor of serving this congregation as the senior minister. I am a tall, bald, black man, white beard, tortoiseshell glasses, a black velvet blazer, a white stole, black and white bow tie, and a white shirt, and I use he, his, him pronouns. And I'm so glad to see all of you here this morning on this beautiful fall day. Welcome to First UU. We have us this morning our worship and music director, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Our song leaders, Barry Ramsey and Hyatt Bain. And we have a treat this morning, sharing his musical talents and gifts, the one and only Greg Greenway. It is our custom here at First UU that we introduce our visitors. And so if you are visiting and as you are comfortable, please raise your hand and Jamie will come to you. And when she arrives, tell us who you are and where you're from. Are there any visitors?
Hello, I'm visiting from Germany, and I'm a member of the European Unitarian Universalists. So if you have any questions about us, you can speak to me later. I'm wearing a pink, slightly pink shirt already.
I might see you after service.
Good morning, I'm Catherine Ring, and I'm here with Charlie Grimes. We go to SUSE. I'm a co-founding member of the Bull Run Unitarian Universalist Church in Manassas, Virginia. Nice to see you.
Welcome.
Hello, I'm Carrie Coey. This is my first time here. I've just been stalking online for a couple years. And I live in Chesterfield, and pretty much this is like my coming out of the pandemic.
Well, welcome. I thank you, Jamie, and thank you, visitors. So now please rise in body or spirit and greet the neighbors and welcome our visitors. Welcome. I call the worship this morning words by Laura Horton Ludwig. The wheel of the year has turned again. Once more, the Thanksgiving season has arrived. How shall we sing our songs of gratitude now? For what shall we give thanks? For this moment, for friends near and far, for our breath, for love, for courage and clarity, for strength, for delight, for laughter, for beauty, for the tables round which we gather, for the food we enjoy with friends, seasoned with love and memories, for the sun and moon and stars in the sky, for the trees who have seen so much and still stand proud, stretching themselves to the sky, for the bright voices of children, for the wisdom of elders, for the actions that bless the world, for the hard work that makes a difference, for music and art and celebration, for generosity, for compassion, for endurance, for joy, for hope. For all these things we give thanks as we worship together. Let us enter into a time of worship.
Good morning. My name is Lynn Edwards. My pronouns are she, her. This morning I'm wearing a black sweater with a kind of black and white leopard print turtleneck and black pants. I have white hair that's graying some still, and red lipstick, and bright silver and black earrings on. The chalice reading this morning is The Abundance of Our Lives Together by Katie Savannah Gelfand. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us.
And please rise in body and spirit. And as we sing our opening hymn, we gather together, hymn 349.
Good morning. My name is Margaret McGugan. I'm about 5'5". I'm white. I have shoulder length, maybe a little longer, graying brown hair. I go by she, her pronouns. I think that covers it. So I'd like to begin with a land and labor acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the land on which we worship is the traditional land of the Powhatan people and is likely land through which other indigenous peoples traveled. We acknowledge that enslaved African people and their descendants likely labored and lived on this land. We recognize these and other people displaced, enslaved, and or harmed by past injustices. We pledge that we will follow our faith in love and work to make our congregation and our larger community more accessible, inclusive, and equitable. We pledge that we will be good stewards of the land by encouraging healthy ecosystems. We pledge to remember the past while building a more just and welcoming future for all. The delight song of So I Tali by Inscott Momanday. I am a feather on the bright sky. I am the blue horse that runs in the plain. I am the fish that rolls, shining in the water. I am the shadow that follows a child. I am the evening light, the luster of meadows. I'm an eagle playing with the wind. I'm a cluster of bright beads. I'm the farthest star. I'm the cold dawn. I'm the roaring of the rain. I am the glitter on the crust of the snow. I am the long track of the moon in a lake. I'm a flame of 4 colors. I am a deer standing away in the dusk. I'm a field of sumac and the pomme blanche. I'm an angle of geese in the winter sky. I am the hunger of a young wolf. I am the whole dream of these things. You see, I am alive. I am alive. I stand in good relation to the earth. I stand in good relation to the gods. I stand in good relation to all that is beautiful. I stand in good relation to the daughter of Sintinte. You see, I am alive. I am alive.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Matt Kuhn. I'm the director of the Richmond Cycling Corps. For those who haven't been here past few weeks, the Richmond Cycling Corps is a local nonprofit that uses cycling as a tool to create engagement with youth living in Richmond's East End. I spoke last week about I spoke last week about our van, how our van recently died, and we're fundraising to buy a new one for the program. Our van is incredibly important. It's how we get kids around to races all over the state and country, and you know, we're a program, we need a van. I'm happy to say we're about 75% of the way there, and hoping that this Tuesday after Thanksgiving Tuesday will get us the rest of the way there. If you have the means, please, we would really appreciate anything that you could give. Everyone here has been so welcoming. Thank you for inviting us into your space and letting us be a part of this.
Please look to the monitor for ways to give. Offering now be taken and most graciously received.
used to stand by the side of a road that stretched into the past. I turned around. There were two ways to go and a load to lay down at last. I saw sisters and daughters, brothers and sons. I saw the lines that divide them up. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love. Everybody knows history's a bald-faced lie. It all depends on the side you're from. There is no way to ever unwind all the things already done by sisters and daughters, brothers and sons, to push some down, to rise some up. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love. Now, there's nothing that says you can't sing that with me. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love. Now I want to be there when the spaceship lands. Something crawls out that we don't understand. That's when we'll all embrace the family of man. And the rest will be forgotten. Forgotten. We the people, so many gave their lives to carry these words this far. We the people, there are times that it seems we've forgotten who the people are. They're just sisters and daughters, brothers and sons. No lines should divide them up. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of sisters and daughters, brothers and sons. No lines shall divide us up. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love. When they call my name, I'll be standing on the side of love.
As we enter into this time of prayer, reflection, meditation, please take a moment to posture yourself by sitting comfortably in your seats. Close your eyes as you're willing. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out. And enter into this moment of silent meditation. Spirit of love that binds us together. We come as a community of many stories, bringing our joys and our struggles, our hopes and our fears. Grateful for this time to pause, reflect, and give thanks. We lift up our gratitude for the beauty of the earth, for fields and forests, rivers and mountains, for the abundance of harvest and the changing seasons, for all the ways creation reminds us of the interconnected web of life. We give thanks for the people who share our journey, for those who comfort us in times of need and celebrate with us in time with joy, for the love of family, the care of friends, and the kindness of strangers who brighten our days. And yet, even in gratitude, we hold space for the pain in our world, for those who go without food, shelter, or safety, for those who grieve losses too deep for words, for those living in the shadows of injustice and oppression. May the season of Thanksgiving awaken us in a deeper connection, that we may strive to share our abundance and work for justice, to honor the earth with care, and to extend love to all who cross our path. Let us also remember the truth of this land history, acknowledge its wounds, and honor the wisdom of the indigenous people, that they may seek healing, reconciliation, and right relationship. Spirit of life and renewal, fill us with gratitude not only for what we receive, but for the opportunity to give, to serve, and to make a difference. And may we spend this time together with hearts renewed, ready to be instruments of love, kindness, and peace in the world. May this be so. Amen. Ashe.
Spirit of love.
In 1617, a few years before English settlers land, an epidemic began to spread through the area that became southern New England. It likely came from British fishermen who had been fishing off the coast for decades. By 1620, 90 to 96% of the population had died. It decimated the tribes and left many of their villages empty. One of those villages was Pawtucket. When the English settlers arrived in Plymouth Harbor, they found a cleared village with fields recently planted in corn. This was a big part of the reason they chose it for their settlement. All of the village people had died from an epidemic, except for the Squantum, whom we know as Squanto. We never really hear the whole story about Squanto. We hear he taught the settler how to plant corn and to fish and hunt the local area. But how was it that he spoke English? Here's the story as told by James Lowen. As a boy, along with 4 Penobscots, he was probably stolen by British captains in about 1605 and taken to England. There, he probably spent 9 years, 2 in the employ of a Plymouth merchant who later helped arrange him a passage back to Massachusetts. He was to enjoy home life for less than a year. In 1614, a British slave raider seized him and 24 fellow Indians and sold them into slavery in Malaga, Spain. Squanto escaped from slavery, made his way back to England, and in 1619 talked a ship captain into taking him along as a guide on his next trip to Cape Cod. Squanto walked to his home village only to make a horrifying discovery that he was the sole member of his village still alive. All the others had perished in an epidemic 2 years before. Perhaps this is why Tisquantum was willing to help the Plymouth colony, which had settled in his people's village, or perhaps he was there to keep an eye on them. The settlers, too, lost half their people during the first hard winter. There were only 53 settlers who survived until the harvest festival that was later declared to be the first Thanksgiving. It was a brief moment of tentative peace. 1 generation later, the English settlers and the Wampanoag were at war. For many Native people in our time, the day called Thanksgiving has become a day of mourning for hundreds of years of losses suffered by their people. This reading is an excerpt from the Reverend Mikey Johnson essays, Stolen Land, Stolen Children. Beloveds, stories hold power. They form the foundation of culture, inform how we see ourselves, and shape our understanding of the world. They give us meaning, root us in tradition, and guide our actions. But stories can also deceive, omit truth, and perpetuate harm. The stories that binds us as a community can be both liberating and harmful. So let me begin this morning by asking you a question. How many of you grew up hearing the Thanksgiving story as a tale of unity, generosity, and gratitude? Holding hands around the table, blessings spoken, family tradition passed down with love. It is a beautiful image, isn't it? So let me ask you another question. How many were taught to ask whose table it was, whose land it was, who was invited to sit silent, or worse, who wasn't even to survive the feast? You see, this is the tension that we are holding today. Thanksgiving is a cherished time for many of us, a time to gather with loved ones and express gratitude for blessings in our lives. And yet, The story we tell about Thanksgiving, the one that many of us learned as children, the one about the Pilgrims and the Native American sharing a meal in perfect harmony, is deeply flawed. But by acknowledging this, we are empowered to reshape the understanding of this holiday and its true history. You see, the Thanksgiving story is wrapped in myth, clothed in denial. It is a story of erasure, a story of injustice, a story that perpetuates harms, not in the past, but right here and right now. And as a people of faith, as a people committed to truth and justice, we cannot ignore this. We cannot passively accept the narrative that celebrates the colonization and genocides while silencing the voice of those who live and still live and the consequences. So I want to talk about Thanksgiving, not the holiday of gratitude and family that we've come to cherish, but the story behind it. And I'm inviting you to a deeper understanding of the sacred reframing of Thanksgiving. This is not a task for me or for a few, but for all of us. So let us look beyond the myth to the deeper truth of Thanksgiving, honoring the resilience of the Native community and our shared responsibility to prepare the harm perpetrated by these stories. So let's start with the story that many of us were taught. Now, you know the story. I remember when I was in elementary school, sitting around a class during Thanksgiving time, we made pilgrim hats, Native American headbands. We colored pictures of long tables with turkey and corn and pumpkins and all that stuff with smiling faces all around. But I don't know about you, but my teacher didn't tell us about the real story behind the smile. You see, we're told that the story of the Pilgrims escaping religious persecution and arriving on an unfamiliar land. They struggled to survive that first harsh winter until the Wampanoag people, in acts of kindness, taught them how to farm and fish. And together, they shared a feast of Thanksgiving, a moment of unity that marked the beginning of a beautiful relationship. Now, let me pause right here. Does it sound familiar? Does it sound warm and inviting? Almost too perfect. That is because it is. The story that many of us were told is a sanitized, romanticized version of events. It erased violence, betrayal, and the genocide that followed. It erases the humanity of the Native people, turning them into supporting characters in a drama center on European settlers. It erased the complex truth of what this land first people first endure and continue to endure this day. And for many Native Americans, Thanksgiving is a day of mourning, a reminder of genocide of millions of people, the theft of Native land, and the relentless assault on Native culture. So it's important that we tell the real Thanksgiving story, the story that is more complicated, more painful, and more urgent for us to confront. Now, when the Pilgrims landed in Plymouth in 1620, they did not find an inhabited wilderness. They found a land rich with life, and a land that had been home to a thriving indigenous nation for thousands of years. The Wampanoags were one of those nations, and they were a sophisticated society with governments, economies, and spiritual practices deeply tied to the land. But by the time the Pilgrims landed, these communities had already been devastated by diseases brought about by early European exploration. Entire villages were wiped out. The Wampanoags were weakened, their numbers dwindled, and the world upended. And into this devastation, here stepped the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims, when they arrived, saw this cleared land as divine providence, unaware or unwilling to acknowledge that they were sitting on the graves of indigenous people. They depended on the Wampanoag for their survival. So along came Tisquantum, also known as Squanto, a member of the Patuxent tribe, whom we were taught that he served as a liaison between the Native Americans and the Pilgrim. Tisquantum was eventually enslaved by Europeans and was later returned to his homeland. And he played a key role in teaching the Pilgrims how to plant crops, fish, and how to live in a harsh New England culture. But think about this. When the Wampanoags helped the Pilgrims survive that first winter, it wasn't out of naivety or blind generosity. It was a strategic decision born out of the necessity of Chief Massasoit, the leader of the Wampanoags, who saw the settlers as potential allies against a rival tribe. So the so-called first Thanksgiving was not a celebration of enduring friendship as we were taught in school. It was a brief moment of an uneasy alliance between the Wampanoags and the settlers, and the alliance born out of mutual need, not of trust. The Wampanoags helped the Pilgrims survive their first harsh winter, but what did they receive in return? Land theft, broken treaties, violence, disease, and the arrival of more settlers, bringing more destruction. The story of the first Thanksgiving as we know it is rooted in the myth of white supremacy. It's a story that glorifies colonization, erases genocide, and upholds a narrative that justifies the oppression of the native people. So you may ask, why does this matter today? Why did you dig up this painful history? Why are you taking my turkey from me? Well, truth-telling is not easy work. It requires us to confront uncomfortable facts about history and identity. It may make us feel guilt, shame, or even anger, but we are called to seek the truth and love. We understand that genuine love cannot exist without honesty, and true compassion requires us to see the whole picture even when it is painful. And you know, friends, sometimes the truth hurts. So when we tell the Thanksgiving story as a tale of harmony and gratitude, we erase the suffering of the native people. We erase the violence of colonization. And we erase our nation's complicity in a system that continues to oppress indigenous people today. The poverty, the marginalization, the loss of land and culture that the native people face is not ancient history. And it is a direct result of the colonization we celebrate when we uncritically embrace the Thanksgiving myth. So when we tell the truth about Thanksgiving, we take steps towards healing. We acknowledge the harm that has been done and validate the experiences of the indigenous people. And to that community, we say, we hear you. We are committed to standing with you. This way of truthful telling becomes an act of solidarity for a reparative action. And as a people of faith, committed to truth and justice, we have the power to reframe the Thanksgiving story. We have the power to tell the truth, not about the past, about who we are and who we want to be. So what might a reframed Thanksgiving look like? First, it must be a day of truth-telling. We must learn the truth and learn the history. And learning the truth requires humility and commitment. It involves listening to and centering indigenous voices by honoring their stories. By centering indigenous voices, we move away from the one-sided story and make room for a more complex narrative. We must acknowledge the harm that has been done. We must name the genocide, the land theft, the broken treaty. And this acknowledgement isn't about guilt. It is about responsibility. It is about seeing the truth clearly so that so we can repair the harm. And it's not enough to just know the truth. We must also live it. Reframing Thanksgiving requires us to take action and require commitment. We must take action because acknowledgement without action is empty. That might mean supporting Native organizations, advocating for policy that protect indigenous sovereignty and land, or participating in ceremony of remembrance and solidarity. So let's move beyond words to deeds. Let us live out our values of justice and equity and compassion, not on Thanksgiving, but every day. And let us commit to dismantling the system of oppression that continues to harm Native people. Reframing Thanksgiving also requires a spiritual transformation. It asks us to hold grief and gratitude, to honor both pain and possibility. We must examine our own hearts and ask, how have we benefited from the myths of colonization? How have we been complicit in systems of oppression? And how can we commit ourselves to the work of justice and reconciliation? Beloveds, at its heart, Thanksgiving is about gratitude, but gratitude is not passive. It's active, relational. It calls us to see the gifts we receive and to give back. And I believe in gratitude grounded in responsibility. Being grateful for the earth means caring for it. Being grateful for freedom means fighting for justice. And being grateful for the community means working toward inclusion and equity. So Thanksgiving must be a day of gratitude, not for conquest, but for the resilience and wisdom of Native communities. So let us celebrate how they survive and thrive despite centuries of oppression and thank them for their strength and continuing contribution to this land. You know, reframing Thanksgiving is not easy. It requires us to confront uncomfortable truths, to challenge cherished tradition, and to step into the hard work of justice. And when we tell the truth about Thanksgiving, we honor the sacred, free ourselves from the chains of myth and denial, and build a world rooted in honesty, compassion, and love. So let us remember that Thanksgiving, like all stories, are ours to shape. Let us gather not to celebrate the myth, but to honor the truth. And we can choose to carry forward the myth, or we can choose to prepare it and build something better and true. This Thanksgiving, let us not simply give thanks, let us give back. Let us give ourselves to the work of repair, healing, and transformation. Let us give thanks not for the conquest, but for the possibilities of reconciliation. And let us commit ourselves to the work of healing, not for the sake of the Native people, but for the sake of all of us, our shared humanity, our shared future. So as we celebrate this season of Thanksgiving, may our tables be places of honesty and inclusion. May our gratitude inspire us to act with courage and compassion. And may we lead the way in creating a world where all are truly free to give thanks. May this be so. Amen.
It's a mighty long way from over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time. so that we can make that walk from there to here. Now you ready? This is how this works. Oh, it's a mighty long way, it's a mighty long way from over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. Now we're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. It's a lot of words at the end. You can just ooh if you want to until you get it, okay? So that we can make that walk from there to here. Let's do it again. It's a mighty long way from over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Now every child born is a revolution, is a revolution with a song inside. Some won't hear it, oh, some hear nothing else. You'll sing night and day just to keep that song alive. Oh, it's a mighty long way from over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Now when you've got a dream, you got to stand up and shout it loud and clear. What's that I'm hearing? It's the voice of the people singing that we will make that walk from there to here. Oh, it's a mighty long way from over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there. Oh, one last time. It's a mighty long way from over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're gonna take it, oh yes, one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. So that we can make that walk from there to here. So that we can make that walk from there to here.
Thank you, Greg. That was wonderful. Our chalice extinguishing this morning is It Becomes More by Amy Zucker Morgenstern. When we take a fire from our chalice, it does not become less, it becomes more. And so we extinguish our chalice, but we take its light and warmth with us, multiplying their power by all of our lives and sharing it with the world.
I'd like to invite you to join us for our annual Thanksgiving potluck. And it's not a mighty long way. It's just right down the hall. But we ask to allow our beloveds who might need assistance, families with small children, and our seasoned citizens to go first in line. There's a cost for $7 per individuals and $12 for families, but don't let the cost be a hindrance, because we have plenty of food to share. So right after service, make your way down the hall for a wonderful feast. Now please rise in body or spirit as I give the benediction. As we prepare to leave this sacred space, may we carry forward hearts brimming with gratitude, not only for the abundance we enjoy, but for the resilience of those who have walked before us and the truth they compel us to face. May we honor the land beneath our feet, a gift we did not create, but bear responsibility to protect. Let us remember the caretakers of this earth, the indigenous people whose wisdom endures, calling us to prepare, to reconcile, to renew. And as we share our tables and our stories, may we invite all voices to be heard, embracing the fullness of our shared humanity. And may our gratitude be not just a sentiment, but a call to action to build a world centered in love for all. Now go in love, grounded in truth, and committed to healing. May this be so. Amen. Ashe. And let us sing our closing hymn, For All That Is Our Life. I was told that the folks who are hosting this wonderful feast need about 5 minutes. Go in peace.